All right, so today we're going to dive into something kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like when you think about it,
Yeah.
this idea of like taking knowledge, like literally taking it from a book
Oh, yeah.
and putting it in your brain and actually like really owning it,
Yeah.
right?
I love that.
So we're calling it book to brain learnography.
Nice.
I like it.
Catchy.
And in this deep dive, we're really going to try to understand this better
Okay.
by looking at people who are like masters of this.
Yeah, those who've really done it.
Yeah, like we'll look at some specific examples, but like people who really mastered complex stuff mostly on their own.
Yeah, that self-driven learning's huge.
Huge. Yeah, and we're pulling a lot of this from an article by Shiva Narayan
Oh, yeah.
from Text Sheila Page.
Yeah, that was a great read.
So good.
Like, one of the first things that really grabbed my attention was how many of these people were talking about, like, they learned outside of, like, normal school,
Oh, totally. Yeah.
traditional education.
Right.
It really makes you think about, like,
Yeah.
how powerful that self-directed learning can be.
For sure, for sure.
And, I think that's where, like, the book-to-brain learnography comes in.
Yeah.
It's like this intense engagement with what they're reading.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's not just reading. It's like
Right.
it's like wrestling with it, right?
Wrestling with it, exactly.
And the article actually highlights some pretty amazing people.
Yeah, some big names.
Huge names. We'll definitely talk about Michael Faraday.
Of course, Faraday.
His work in electromagnetism is like
Oh.
the foundation for so much tech today.
Yeah, underpinning so much of the modern world, really.
It really is. And then there's Srinivasa Ramanujan,
Oh, yeah.
this mathematical genius from Farad.
Yeah.
And he made these groundbreaking discoveries with very little formal training.
Oh, yeah. Very little.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And then we'll also talk about Ada Lovelace,
Yeah.
often called like the first computer programmer,
The first one.
which is a very bold statement, right? Such a visionary.
Visionary. Yeah.
So where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with Faraday, right?
Okay.
I mean, his story is really something else.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he started as a bookbinder's apprentice,
Yeah.
which, okay, he's around books, but
Yeah, surrounded by books, but
it's a trade, right?
it's a very different kind of engagement with them.
Totally. And then he goes on to become like this scientific giant.
It's unbelievable.
I know. How does that happen? Like, was it just being near books?
I don't think so.
No. Right.
I mean, the article makes it clear he wasn't just like handling them.
Yeah.
He was like absorbing the science in them.
Yeah.
He was documenting lectures like meticulously.
Yeah. And that's what they call brain page development.
Yeah.
What do you think that even means?
Well, to me,
Yeah.
it's like he's taking the information and like really processing it, like
Right.
making notes and summaries, maybe diagram.
Like making it his own?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Creating his own mental framework.
Yeah. But that's not all.
No.
He also did a ton of hands-on experiments.
Oh, right. The article calls that like motor-driven engagement.
Yeah. With physical systems.
Yeah, like it's not just reading about science.
No.
It's like testing it out, exploring it himself.
Absolutely. Like getting his hands dirty.
Yeah, yeah.
And like his discovery of electromagnetic induction.
Right.
I mean, that seems to come directly from this like
yeah.
back and forth between studying and experimenting.
Like learning isn't passive.
No, it's active.
You got to be doing something.
Exactly. You have to interact with it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about Ramanujan.
Okay.
His story is kind of mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. Yeah.
Here's this math prodigy from Farad.
Yeah.
And like he had very little formal education.
Yeah.
But he reached this like crazy level of mastery.
Yeah. In advanced math.
In advanced mathematics.
It's unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
I think what gets me is like the intensity of his focus. The article says his main resource was one book.
One book.
One book.
What?
A synopsis of elementary results in pure mathematics.
Wow.
Like one book. And he gets to these incredible insights.
That's wild.
It is wild.
Okay, so how is he using this book?
Right.
It couldn't have just been reading.
No. The article talks about
Yeah.
repetitive problem solving
Okay.
and like mental visualization.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't just reading the theorems.
Yeah.
He was grappling with problems in his head constantly.
Like building his own brain page.
Yes, exactly.
Just through sheer concentration. I
Yeah.
mean, that's incredible. And this led him to rediscover existing theorems like on his own.
Independently.
And then come up with totally new ones.
It's amazing.
It really is.
It shows you the power of like deep focus.
Yeah.
Sustained deep focus.
On one thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't about having tons of resources.
Yeah.
It was about going deep with that one book.
It makes you think about how often we do that with anything.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about another big name,
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, yeah?
Right. We see him as this wise leader,
Yeah.
but he got there largely through self-education.
Right. He had very limited formal schooling.
Very limited.
Yeah.
So he had to, like, take charge of his own learning,
He did.
especially with law and politics.
Oh, absolutely. And he famously studied law books
Yeah.
all on his own
Wow.
to become a lawyer.
That's dedication.
Serious dedication.
Yeah, and the article talks about him copying
Yes.
and internalizing these, like, key legal ideas.
And philosophical ideas, too.
Right, so it's that brain page development again.
It is.
But, like, imagine writing out
I know.
those complex legal arguments.
It's a whole other level of engagement.
It's not passive at all.
No, you're forced to really think
But
about
you're forced to understand it.
Exactly.
And it wasn't just memorizing. It
No.
was about turning that knowledge
Yeah.
into practical wisdom.
Which is crucial for a lawyer.
And a lead.
And a leader. Absolutely.
Especially during something like the Civil War.
Yeah. It shows how self-driven learning
Yeah.
can really help you grow
Intellectually.
intellectually and ethically.
Yeah. So we have Faraday with his experiments.
Yes.
And then Lincoln with this deep focus on text.
Yeah. Two different approaches.
But both, like,
Yeah.
book-to-brain learnography.
Exactly. And both lead to amazing things.
Amazing things.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Ada Lovelace.
Okay.
Now, this is a pioneer.
A true pioneer.
To be called the world's first computer programmer,
I know.
that's a huge deal.
Especially back then.
Especially back
With all the barriers she faced.
Oh, yeah, like just to even pursue math and science as a woman.
It's incredible.
What's remarkable is that she, like, created her own path to knowledge.
Yeah, she didn't follow the traditional route.
No, the article says she learned advanced mathematics
Mm-hmm.
through personal study
Wow.
and, like, corresponding with these big thinkers.
Oh, wow. So it was like a network of mentors.
Yeah, it was her drive
Her drive, yeah.
that pushed her forward.
That's amazing.
And in this case, her brain page making involved analyzing Charles Babbage's analytical engine.
Right.
But she didn't just get the mechanics of it.
No.
She saw its potential.
Yeah, she saw beyond just simple calculations.
Yeah, and that's what led her to creating these algorithms
Yeah.
that are like the precursors to modern programming.
It's mind-blowing.
I know, it's like book-to-brain learning.
Yeah.
Plus this incredible creativity
Yes, that synthesis of ideas.
leading to groundbreaking insights.
It's a beautiful example of how it all comes together.
It really is, and the article touches on so many other examples,
Oh, yeah.
like Leonardo da Vinci.
Of course, Da Vinci.
Right.
The ultimate Renaissance man.
His notebooks are full of knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's not just from texts.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
his own observations and experiments.
Like his motor-driven practice.
Right.
You can see it in his art, his anatomy, studies his engineering.
Yeah. It's like he was driven by this insatiable curiosity.
Yeah, he wasn't limited by disciplines.
No?
His self-directed learning let him connect all these different fields.
Yeah. And then there's Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, yeah, another polymath.
Mastering science, politics, philosophy.
And he did it through systematic reading, documenting everything he learned.
And those famous hands-on experiments.
Like the kite experiment.
Right? That's that motor science again.
He was a practical learner.
Yeah.
He wanted to apply his knowledge to real problems.
And don't forget Thomas Edison.
Oh, yeah, the inventor.
Right. He was all about technical books.
Yeah.
And then just endless experimentation.
Trial and error.
Trial and error, which is like the definition of motor-driven learning.
It is constantly refining your understanding.
By doing.
By doing, exactly.
And then there's Marie Curie,
Oh, yeah, she's incredible.
essentially teaching herself physics and chemistry
Yeah.
by studying while she was working.
Wow.
And then she takes that book knowledge and makes these groundbreaking discoveries.
Like radioactivity.
Radioactivity.
Yeah, her brain page development was all about research and practice.
Tireless research and practice.
Tireless.
And then we have Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Visualizing these complex electrical engineering marvels.
Yeah, in his mind.
In his mind, after absorbing all this knowledge from books,
His brain page formation was next level.
it was like mental visualization on steroids.
Right, like he could build it in his mind.
Before even touching any materials.
That's deep understanding.
Deep understanding.
Yeah.
And we can't leave out Harriet Tubman,
Oh, of course.
She might not have had traditional education,
Right.
but she was a master of self-education,
Yeah.
navigation, survival strategy.
Yeah.
She learned it all.
From religious texts.
Yeah.
And oral knowledge.
And then applied it,
In the most incredible way.
leading people to freedom.
Through the Underground Railroad.
That's motor-driven learning at its finest.
It's taking action.
Yeah, it's empowering action and leadership.
Exactly.
So we've seen all these amazing people
Yeah.
from different fields, different times.
Their backgrounds.
And there's this common thread,
What's that?
self-driven learning, plus this deep engagement with knowledge.
Yeah, whether it's experiments, problem-solving, creative applications.
It's a recipe for mastery and innovation.
It really is. And the article emphasizes these two big ideas.
Yeah.
Brain page making and motor science.
Right. So brain page making is about...
It's about organizing the information.
Okay.
Making it your own.
And motor science is the hands-on part.
Yes, the experience, the application.
And these aren't just historical things.
No, they're for everyone.
Yeah, anyone can use them.
To learn better.
So the takeaway is
Take charge of your learning.
engage with the material.
Yeah.
Don't just passively read.
No, put it into practice.
That's how you really understand.
Exactly. It's about making those connections.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into book-to-brain learnography,
Yeah.
it's clear that these self-driven learners, from Faraday to Lovelace, they show us what's possible.
The potential is
Huge.
huge when you take initiative with your own learning.
Absolutely.
So here's a final thought for you, the listener.
Okay.
Think about these amazing individuals
Yeah.
who really took charge of their learning.
Yeah.
Is there a subject or a skill that you've been wanting to explore?
On your own.
Yeah. And remember what we've talked about today.
Right.
Engaging with the material.
Actively.
Organizing it in your mind.
Yeah.
Finding ways to use it.
Practically.
What steps can you take to
Right.
start your own journey?
Of self-discovery.
It's about unlocking your potential.
Exactly.
Through knowledge.
Through engaging with knowledge. I
Yeah?
love it.
Me too.